So first off, congratulations on being successful in Canada. You got the #1 metal album on iTunes.
Thank you.
Right.
We're really happy as well.
Same thing with Billboard. You guys, it was your debut, the highest debut that you've ever had.
Highest debut that we've ever had in our career, so
it's always a good
very
thing.
happy.
What has the reception been like with the album?
So far, the reactions are amazing because obviously we can only test the opinion coming from the fans, from the chart, and from the messages we get on our social network.
Right.
And everyone seems to be really happy, from old school fans and new fans. It seems that everyone seems to appreciate something in Dark Adrenaline, and that's great because, I mean, when we write, it's not that we write to please anybody. We just want to share our art. So it's great to hear that more and more people is coming closer to us.
Right, that's good. When you released Dark Adrenaline, you released it in various formats, the box set, deluxe album.
Yeah.
Do you feel that bands need to do that nowadays to guarantee like physical sales?
I think that it's more interesting to have different options because now the main choice for everyone is to download, because you don't have to carry all the CDs with you if you're traveling. It's there, you know, just the time of a click, and you have the music in your computer or iPod. I think it's cool to have some collector items. That makes it more interesting for whoever wants to buy the physical copy, because the regular copy is cool, but if you can get something extra like a poster or a pic or like an autograph, lithograph as we included in the super deluxe edition, I think it's pretty cool because you can have something that can be valuable even, you know, after a few years, especially with some very, very limited edition. I think that Central Media did a good job because, I mean, it's not that we went to them telling them we have to have, you know, so many different kinds of artworks and packaging. And I especially love, you know, that they did a very limited edition of like a medical box. It's a metal box with a lot of stuff in it. And it's a little bit expensive, it's true, but it's like limited to 500 copies, and that's it. They will not produce them anymore. So whoever gets it has something that is going to increase value, you know, the more the time goes by.
Right. Okay. After 2 decades writing music, how hard is it to create new music without kind of picking things from the past and recreating it?
It's not hard, because if you're able to write music, I think that it's one of the easiest thing to do as soon as you're inspired. You can wake up in the middle of the night and come up with an idea of a vocal line or a guitar riff. It's not anything that expires or kind of goes away after time. I mean, if you keep on living in an exciting way and you keep on having experiences in life, I think you can be constantly inspired to write new stuff. So it's not difficult at all for us. I mean, we still love what we do, and nobody's forcing us to stay in this business. We do it because we like to do it. We like to travel. We like to play our music.
Okay. You worked with Doug Gilmour again.
Yeah.
Prior to going into the studio, did you know that you wanted to work with him again, or was it kind of up in the air?
We considered, with every album we considered different choices, but we decided that the experience with Don was great with Shallow Life, because he's a very, very cool guy. He is obviously very professional. I mean, if you look at his portfolio, it's like the guy can do his job. But not only that, I think that when you become friends with somebody, it's just different to work with this person, because the environment is different. The studio atmosphere was way more relaxed because we knew him already.
Right.
And in a way you can feel not less intimidated, because I mean a producer is not intimidating, but it's easier to communicate with a person you already know. And for us it's been really easy to talk with him and tell him exactly what we wanted to do. And the funny thing is that even if we use the same producer, Shallow Life is completely different from Dark Adrenaline. So that takes away a lot of preconception from a lot of people that believes that if you work with a producer, this is going to be the sound that you're going to find in a record, because this is not true. Because the producer is working with your songs. He's not a songwriter.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you go about choosing singles?
It's always difficult, because we usually work from, when we start a songwriting, we start from a bunch of songs, and then we kind of select the songs that might make sense all together. So it's not that we finish every single song, but if we don't feel the potential of the song, at least to our ears and art, we just like, we don't even consider the song. So every time we put out a record, it's because we love every single song. And picking up a single, it's really difficult because whenever you have an album ready, you have people coming to listen to this to the album. It might be friends, it might be your partner, your family, whatever. And everyone has a different opinion. So it's really hard to pick up the single because there is not just like one single surrounded by songs that are just like filling the album. When we thought about a single for this album, we decided for Trip the Darkness because it had all the characteristics that Lacuna Coil sound has, the both vocals, right. The atmosphere, the heaviness, all combined together with some epic sound. The mandolin sounding guitar at the very beginning was reminding me something Italian. So we went for the single, but I think that there are a lot of songs that have a great potential in this album.
Okay. Do you know which ones are going to be the next singles?
No, we didn't decide yet, and it's actually really hard for us to decide because we don't know it yet.
Okay.
We played the first headlining show a few days ago in Baltimore, and we played some of the new songs, the songs that we never played before, and the reaction was great. But so it's going to be really hard, to decide what song's going to be the next single. But I mean, if you get the whole album, you don't really care. It's going to be, you can listen to them all and pick up your favorite one.
I took a look at the website, and there's a poll right now on what should be the next single. And the fans were saying that it should be Give Me Something More or Intoxicated. What do you think about those choices?
Why not? I mean, they're very energetic song. They're kind of heavy, and it's probably funnier for us to perform the heaviest song on stage. I think this is also the reason why this album turned out being heavier than the previous ones, because we also love our slow and mellow songs, but maybe they're more maybe it's better to listen to the songs when you're just like home alone, with your headphones, and you just want to leave the world out. But to play live, we like better to play the energetic songs. So Give Me Something More Intoxicated might work. We'll consider it.
Okay. 10th anniversary of Kamali's is coming up. Are you planning on doing anything to commemorate that?
We are planning something special, but I cannot really tell you right now. It might be cool to do like some concerts completely dedicated to either Kamali's or another album. We're thinking about different options, but we still have to find, the best way to celebrate that 10 years. Wow.
It's been a while.
Yeah, been a while.
As an opening band on a tour like this, are you more inclined to play the big singles, or are you willing to experiment with the newer songs as well?
Well, considering that we only have half an hour every night, and considering the fact that this is a kind of a weird package because every band is playing a completely different style of music. It's not that all the other bands are playing one type of music and we are the outsider playing something different. So the crowd is very mixed because there are Megadeth fans that are not necessarily listening to us or Volbeat, and Motorhead fans that are not interested in Megadeth music or our music. So there is a big chance to win over some new fans or to get more people that would be like, oh, I've never heard of Lacuna Coil, let's check him out now. So what we are playing are obviously the new songs because we are promoting Dark Adrenaline. We're out with this album now, but we're also playing some of the old stuff. So in this half an hour, we're trying to keep the balance in between the new and the old, which is not easy because we have like 6 albums out, 2 EPs. We have a lot of stuff, and to squeeze everything in half an hour, it's not easy. It's not easy.
And then after this tour, you guys are going to South America?
Yeah.
Okay, and
then
then
I can't wait because the Latin American crowds are the best.
Easy.
They are insane. I don't think there is anything better for an artist to perform in front of a crazy crowd. A crowd that can jump, that can dance, that can sing with you, even if they don't know the lyrics. Doesn't really matter. Because even if the show is made by the band, it's all about the crowd. If the crowd is energetic, the band will give 100,000% times more and more. I can't wait.
I noticed on Facebook that you've posted a lot of pictures of you with different like legends in rock, and it's very refreshing to see. Just like you can see it in your face how excited you are about it.
I am, because I always thought that it's always been overrated to consider artists like something so different from you having a regular job. We're all humans, and I still get excited, when I see legends like Lemmy or even Dave. I mean, now I've been knowing Dave for a few years now.
Right.
We're not best pals. We're not in touch every time, but it's still intimidating because it's like, wow, they made history, and I love that because that makes me feel that no matter what I did so far, and I realized that we did so much as Lacuna Coil, especially for Italy, which is not a rock territory, but that makes me feel excited every day in what I do. There is always something cool. I never take things for granted.
Right.
And that's my motto in life as well. Never take things for granted. If you can get excited for little things, it's the best for your life.
Right. It's a good motto to live by.
Yeah, absolutely. We only live once, so we have to take the best out of it.
Right. Who else is on that list of people that you really want to meet?
Let me think. Well, I mean, meeting Lemmy was already in the bucket list, and they're great guys. I mean, we get to talk every day with, especially Mickey D. He's a fantastic guy. He's so funny. Great musicians and great people. Let me think. Wow, there are so many. And every time they ask me this question, I cannot think of one or two, and then when the camera shuts off, I'm like, damn it, I forgot this one. It would be interesting, even if it's not a metal artist. I've always been interested to meet Madonna.
Okay.
Because when I was a little girl, she was actually probably the first woman who really made it with balls, if I can say that. I mean, she set up so many standards. She set up so many rules that weren't out there back then. She's basically been one of the very first strong women in the scene. So whether you like her music or not, it was really interesting to see how things were changing back then. Because even if women have always been strong in the pop scene, I've never seen somebody take complete control of a career as she did.
Right.
And so for me, it was kind of an example to follow, not musically, because I mean, she might not be the perfect singer, she might not be the perfect dancer, but she was the perfect example to follow in terms of confidence. I kind of realized that you can do whatever you want if you believe in yourself, if you don't let other people push you down or tell you what you have to do. And this is kind of what I did, in my whole career. I started being, the shy girl hiding behind a microphone, and all of a sudden I realized, whether you like me or you like or dislike our music, I'm here on stage and I'm doing what I'm loving to do. What are you doing in your life?
When you were promoting Dark Adrenaline, you released 5 teaser videos. So the next questions are kind of based on those videos, like the titles of those videos.
Yep.
Okay, so like the first one was Injected. When I think of Injected, I think like drugs, addictions, things like that. What are you addicted to? What do you need to have?
I'm addicted to food. I'm addicted to food. I love food so much. I love it. I absolutely love it. Together with music is my biggest passion. If you come to our bus or if you come around Lacuna Coil, we always end up talking about food. It's disgusting. We are Italians, so the food culture is really strong there. And we love to either cook and eat. So we're always talking about food, about what we miss, or if the food at the catering is not the way we want it, or it's kind of funny sometimes because I mean you can see us just like grabbing a cookie and you can see the faces like the total orgasm face, and it's kind of funny because a lot of people just like eat just because they have to eat, They eat because they have to live. We live because we want to eat. That's different.
Okay. The second video was While You Sleep. So what are some of these crazy dreams that you had? Like,
I love crazy dreams just because you can't really explain why you're dreaming something. That always, that kind of, I've never been able to wrap my brain around it because it's so weird that something is happening in your mind and you're thinking the weirdest things. Not only, like an acid trip dream, but things that you're just like, why did I dream about this person that I haven't seen for the last 20 years, and all of a sudden it pops out, and you wake up thinking about these things. I've always asked myself, if there is a reason why we're dreaming. That always interested me.
Okay. All right. The third one was Carnage Euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
So that one was a little bit hard to translate, like, into a question. So what are some of the craziest things that you've ever done that gave you that sort of euphoric feeling?
Euphoria? Let me think. I'm not a fan of like extreme sports, so I cannot really tell you I tried bungee jumping or parachute thing. So I probably one of the most euphoric moment I had it when I was younger. I was on vacation with some friends of mine, and I've been able to jump from I was on vacation in was it in Sardinia, I think? Can't remember. It was either in Sardinia or Formentera, which is an island close by Spain. And I remember that we were at the edge of a very, very high mountain, and not a mountain, like a cliff. I don't know how to call it. I don't know the word in English. So basically there was like this cliff, and then the edge that was going down to the sea, like straight away, and it was like something like 10-15 meters.
Okay.
And I just jumped into the water, which is something that if I think about it now, I was like, why did I do that? I mean, I could have killed myself because, I mean, I'm not a professional, like, swimming person. I can swim pretty well, but, just like jump in the water, you don't know the water could have been like that and I could have died.
Right.
So this is something that you do when you really don't think about it, and it's probably one of the craziest thing I've ever done, and I kind of regret it now because I mean I don't want to risk my life just for the euphoria. But I remember that when I was going down, it was the weirdest feeling ever. I mean, I get why a lot of people that have balls to jump out of an airplane and use the parachute or do stuff like that, or bungee jumping. I get the feeling because the adrenaline just like is so crazily high in your body that I can understand why they like it.
Okay. All right. The next one was The Human Box. So box, you think TV, movies. What are some of your favorite movies, TV?
My favorite movies, I like action movies a lot. I like movies with special effects. Sometimes I like to watch, some chick flicks just for the sake of it, but most of the time I like action movies.
Okay. All right. And then finally, the last one was All You Can Eat.
All you can eat, yes, perfect.
So what are some of your favorite foods?
Favorite foods? Pretty much everything. My favorite food is pasta.
Okay.
Because I eat pretty much everything, but pasta is very difficult to find out of Italy. Okay. I'm talking about
good
pasta cooked the right way, the way we want at least, as Italians, picky bastards. So pasta and pizza are the things that are most difficult for us to find out of Italy, and are definitely between my favorites. I'm more of I'm a person that likes more salty stuff than sweets. Mm-hmm. I like sweets a lot, but if you give me a pizza and you put cookies on the other side, it would definitely go on the pizza side.
Okay. All right. And finally, what if you had to tell someone who's never been to one of your shows why they should come?
They should come because there is a very high level of energy and interaction with the crowd. We don't like to stand still. We just like to walk and look at the crowd in the eyes. They just should check us out because, I mean, they have to give the chance to music. They just have to listen to it. Then they can be free to like it or not. That doesn't really matter. There is space for everyone.